Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game about building a city called City Builder Ancient World. City Builder Ancient World is a game from Inside Up Games. Plays 1 to 4 players in about, what's it say, 30 to 60 minutes, which I've only played 3 and 4. And that sounds probably pretty right. It's pretty quick. And game is a competitive or cooperative tile laying game where you're trying to build an ancient city to attract nobles and commoners and build monuments. Now, I don't know too much about the cooperative game because I haven't played it. But in the competitive game, you're trying to just outscore your opponents by getting better monuments to score better points and attracting more of the shared nobles and commoners than your opponent. That's effectively it. Let's go down to the table, see how that plays out. All right, so here's a game of City Builder Ancient World, all set up for 3 players. Setup is pretty straightforward. You're going to give each player one of these random City Builder tiles. They're going to become first player, or town square tiles. So in this case, the lowest number, this player's first. Then you're going to give each player 3 starting tiles, which I've done. So this is green, blue, and red. Then you're going to give them each a shared board here, which is going to hold commoners and nobles. Purple's always in the middle like this, and then you're going to randomly populate the others with the rest of the commoners and the rest of the nobles. You're going to give each player a player aid, which I've done here, but I'm going to share. This is the front and back. Flip 3 monuments out of this bag, which I've also done. And in a 3-player game, we're going to use 45 tiles, which I have all set up here. It's 15 per player. Now, this is the competitive game. And what we're trying to do in the competitive game is we're trying to build better than our opponents to attract commoners and nobles into our city and build landmarks to score, or monuments to score the most points. The more people we build into our city, the more points we're going to unlock. The more landmarks we build, the more in-game monuments, the more in-game possibility of points we're going to be able to have. So let's go ahead and get started. So this player's first. So on your turn, you have to start by playing a tile, which is called expansion. And these are the tiles that we have. What we're trying to do is we're trying to close off districts because you can't attract commoners or nobles or build monuments until you've enclosed districts. So let's go ahead and play a tile. And then I'll explain a little bit more about enclosure when we get there. So let's go here. All right, so that's their turn. Then what they can do is they can attract commoners or nobles. Can't do that. They can build a monument. Can't do that because we haven't enclosed any districts. Then they can discard down and draw up to 3, and I think that's what they're going to do. They can discard 1 or 2 tiles. They'll discard 2. They're supposed to go on the bottom of the stack, but I'm not going to do that just for time's sake. And then the active player marker will come over here. Then these are this player's tiles. So same kind of thing. But I think I want to start trying to build an orange and a red. So let's go here. Now maybe I have an orange tile, which is good. So I'll just draw 1. Done. They didn't enclose anything either. So their turn's over. This player, they have the same kind of tiles. The starting tiles are all basically kind of the same. I think they're going to try to do what I did here. Do that. They'll discard both of their tiles and take 3 new ones because these tiles are significantly more interesting. Then back to me, and I'm going to try to enclose something. So let's do this one. So I'm going to enclose, oh, not that tile. Oh man, I want blue. That's fine. Orange, green will work. Green will work. All right, so I'll do this. I'm enclosing a district. You can see it's enclosed right here. Now, what happens is I have a couple choices. I can look up here at the monuments and decide if I can build one. So in this case, I need 2 orange, a green and a blue, and an orange and a red. I have an orange and a green, so I can't build any of those. But now I can look and I can try to attract commoners or nobles. So the way you do that is you're going to look and see what color monuments you have. I have a yellow and a green, or an orange and a green. To build the commoner, which are that little guys on the outside, you need 1 of their color plus any other monument. So in this case, I could build an orange and I could build a green commoner or house them. But the tricky part is you have to have houses to be able to hold them. So in this one, I have 2 white houses. So I'm going to take an orange because I have an orange and you need another one. So I have a green. So I'll take that one and I get to pull off this side or this side. So I'm going to do that. And then I have a green and an orange. So I'll go ahead and take this green guy and put him in the second house. So now I've officially unlocked 3 points for myself. Then I'll draw a tile. And that is my turn. So to get the purple guys, one, you got to get all the way into there. And you have to have 3, for the little ones, 3 different landmarks in a district. For the big ones, the nobles, you have to have 2 of their color. So I need 2 reds plus a third. For the purple, I need to have 1 of every color landmark to unlock that to get them to live in my city. So that's how that kind of works. Then we'll go over to this player. They're going to keep making a bigger one. I want to do a big one. All right, so they're done. They'll draw a tile. Back to this player. They're going to play red and blue. We need red and orange. Let's do this. All right. So I'm going to try to build a monument. And I can. So I have a red and I have a white. Or a statue. A statue can be any other monument that I want. Maybe I want to just put in. I'm actually not going to do this. I'm going to put in commoners. So I'm going to do a red here. And then I'm going to make this one an orange. So red and orange for this one, and an orange and a red for this one. And I can house 2 people. Done. All right, now it's to this player. Can I build a monument? Maybe I can. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try. All right. So I'm going to place this tile here. I now have a statue, a red, and a yellow, but I can't put people in there because I don't have any houses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. I need an orange and a red. I have an orange and a red, so I'll take that. That's building a monument. So I can't house any commoners or nobles in this town in that section going forward. But now I have 3 points per uniquely shaped populated district. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of different districts that are different shapes. And that's how the game's going to keep playing until, well, and then when you take a monument, you'll fill back up to 3. And I would have to draw a third tile. Or discard and draw whatever. And then what you're going to do is, when all the tiles are gone, so 45 tiles, and all the tiles in your hand are gone, then you're going to score. You're going to score points for what you unlocked on these boards. So in this case, this player would get 1, 2, because they've unlocked 2. This player would get 3. I would get 3. And then you're going to score points for your landmark tile or your monument tiles. And then whoever has the most points is the winner. There is a cooperative variant of this game, which I have not played because I like the competitive version quite a bit. But you can play cooperative. I don't know what that is. It's in the rule book. But it still functions. You're trying to acquire some certain goals and all that type of thing. These are going to switch out for some cooperative tiles. But that's how you play the competitive version of City Builders Ancient World. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was City Builder Ancient World. So that was the competitive game. Like I said earlier, I haven't played cooperative. I'm not a huge co-op fan, but if you're into that, you can do that with this. And I really enjoy this. This is effectively a tile laying race game, kind of, because you're trying to lay your tiles in such a way that you can close off districts to attract more of the city folk, these commoners and nobles, which this board is amazing. So this nice little dual layered player board with all the things sitting there for you to use is amazing, to score more points than your opponent. And it's really easy. If you have the proper color of monuments, according to this card here, you can attract people, but you have to have houses. Or you can use those closed-in districts if they're the same size as a monument and build those. I mean, it's super easy to play. The hardest part is maybe try to figure out how you want to place your tiles. Do you want to discard tiles to get better tiles? Do you want to take a monument, or do you want to take commoners or a noble or whatever? That's the hard part. It's not a very hard game to play. It's actually pretty straightforward. It's just a nice little puzzle. So let's talk about some of the art. The tiles all kind of look something like this. You're going to see the landmarks and maybe some buildings and some street layouts. The monuments have the requirements on the front and how they score, but on the back, which I didn't even show you, they have really cool art, which is basically the art on the other side, but it's without all the text and the icons and stuff. Really neat little touch. It comes with a tile holder. There's a separator based on the number of players, which is pretty cool. If you want to use that, or you can just take them out and shuffle them up. I think all the components are really nice. I like the cool little meeples. My only weird thing that I think is they're called commoners and nobles, but they're buildings. So this is a big building for a noble. The commoners are little buildings. That's kind of weird to me, but I get the point because they're living in houses, so they have nice houses in the area. I get it, but whatever. So yeah, this is a really solid game. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a tile laying game. If you're into that, you're probably going to dig this one. And if you like competitive and cooperative games in the same game, this this is right up your alley. So I want to give this a BGM accepted seal, 7 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but I like to give it the games that I enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is City Builder Ancient World from Inside Up Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.